How's it going, everyone? This is Michael217. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did get my ice cream that I was talking about last time, and it was good. Anyway, we are going to actually start up the next dungeon in this episode, hopefully, because we just have one last little area to get through in the swamp part of Hyrule. First, spawn this wall, get a kinstone. Yeah, I knew that was there. And, yeah, this area isn't all that long. So yeah, we should definitely get a little ways into the dungeon in this episode. These guys you just kind of slash at, and then they'll come to life, and then you kill them. You're gonna be finding these guys throughout this last little area. I don't know what it's called. I don't think there's a name for this, but I'll probably see it afterwards. Anyway, you'll be seeing these guys blocking your way. Now this guy, we slash at him, and he doesn't come to life. So, if you pay attention to his shield, you can see some lines going up. You see that? In the middle of the shield? Well, that indicates that we can actually climb up there as Minish size and actually do something with them. But first, let's go down this hole. Because that's more important, clearly. Yay, Kinstone piece. Just gotta keep racking these up. I don't want to be coming back to these places for those. Alright, so let's actually climb up this guy's shield and go inside of him and turn him on. That sounded ridiculously nasty, going inside of the guy and turning him on. Okay, shut up. Let's go back up again, and now we can see that his face there has a white dot on it before it was black. So that's telling you that he's alive, and once we slash him, he'll come alive like that, and we can get him out of our way. And yeah, you'll be doing that quite a bit on the way to the dungeon. That's kind of the gimmick of this spot of the game. For whatever reason, they decided to make that kind of a gimmick here. Yay, green piece. Yeah, the green piece is, I mean, I've mentioned this before, but you pretty much, mostly you just find them in, like, in grass and, bushes and stuff like that, just like your normal rupees and stuff like that, so. And that's what leads me to believe that kinstones are actually kind of infinite. I might be wrong about that. I still haven't looked that up. But, because you'll just be running into green kinstones left and right, and I don't think there's a limit. Anyway, yeah, most of this part is just fighting enemies and just moving on. There's not a whole lot of puzzle solving here. No, actually I might be wrong with the whole puzzle solving thing. No, it's mainly just getting rid of these pink guard dudes. So let's get rid of the ropes first. Highly recommended you get rid of all the enemies. Also get rid of this grass here, even though I think it grows back when you shrink. Does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, so you can get a little bit of a shortcut. Minish Link cannot go through grass, tall grass like that anyway. So let's turn this guy on. This can get kind of tedious, you know, going out and turning those guys on and going back to the stump. Has to be done. And just a little bit more of the stuff to go. I don't know what those guys are officially called. They're pretty much like Dark Nuts, even though they're not really. I'm also tempted to call one of these things Iron Knuckles too. I totally forgot about the Iron Knuckle enemies in the Zelda games. Those are what you see in Ocarina of Time. You know, the ones you fight in like the Spirit Temple. Oh wow. Yeah, the guy in the far left, like whenever you approach him, he'll automatically come and block this, and we cannot slice him from here. So these guys, I think we can just kill them. You can also go inside these guys and turn them off. But I don't know. I think we just want to kill all of these guys. I really don't know. Just do that and see what happens. Actually, no. What we want to do is just exit the area. Okay, so killing all those guys makes those chests appear. Those are probably just like kinstones or shells or... yeah, mysterious shells. Just as I thought. And 50 rupees. Pretty nice. Apparently, wow, I didn't realize we were under 100. I don't remember what we spent those rupees on. But anyway, what you actually want to do here, because that guy who went and blocked the doorway is back in his spot now, what you actually want to do is turn him off, and don't let him do that. Ah. Yeah, go straight to the stump. And once you shrink, I would assume he doesn't see you because you're so damn small. And then you want to climb up, turn him off. And then that way he won't block your way. So, he's pretty interesting. He functions a little bit differently than the other ones. And you might have these rock... I have a feeling we're going to find those rock turtle guys. Maybe not. But this is pretty much the home stretch of this area. Yeah, I thought so. Guys, a lot of enemies in this area, and apparently we need to get rid of these things. Which I don't know how to do. Which is great. I guess, okay, you get rid of all the enemies to get rid of that. That works. I was kind of brain farting there. Okay, and there should be the end. Yep, here we are. This is the dungeon number 3 of The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Let's go on in. And it's called the Fortress of Winds. And this is a pretty weird dungeon. We have this room right up the middle right away, and we also have rooms to the right here. We have a split path. So you have rooms here, and strange looking kind of surfaces here blocking our way. And we also have a path over to the left. I'm gonna go in the middle path first. Even though you really shouldn't go this way first, I kind of want to show you this, just to kind of introduce the dungeon. And this dungeon, it is a difficult dungeon. It's difficult when you concerning enemies and some puzzles. You're gonna be encountering Stalfos here, the classic Zelda enemy that we all hate from the 2D games. They're not as bad in the 3D games. Stalfos vary in the 3D games a lot. Like in Ocarina of Time, they have Sword and Shield. That's what Stalfos were in that game. And then Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, they're kind of, I don't know, they're really slow and easy to kill. But here, they're the classic Stalfos that they jump over your sword and they're really annoying to hit. There are other versions of Stalfos we'll find later on. And then you have these assholes again, which shoot them in the eye like normal. You have a couple of them blocking the way. You only really have to get rid of one, though. You have a big chest up there, which would definitely have either the map or compass. It wouldn't give you the main item or the boss key that early. So yeah, dungeon map right there. Let's just get rid of this other guy because he's gonna bother me. Just the fact that he's there. I don't want him alive. And like I mentioned, this dungeon's really weird, and we're about to see why it's pretty weird right away. We have 2 locked doors, and we have Stalfos. They're annoying. They're all over the place in this dungeon. We have 2 locked doors side by side, so we have to come back here with 2 keys. You can go either path. I'll explain which path is better when we actually get here. But yes, we're gonna have to come back here with 2 keys. That room down there is not important until later. So let's just go back down. And your 2 keys will be to the left and right paths. You can go left or right. Either way works fine to go first. I'm gonna go left just because I feel like it. And yeah, you'll see the skull heads on the floor. Sometimes Stalfos will pop up, sometimes you just get hearts from them and items and other stuff. So yeah. Keys, you don't want to get hit. I hate how keys do that, how they just like go into the wall where you can't hit them. It's so trolling. And yeah, some of those skull heads will actually float up and attack you, which is pretty typical of stuff like that in Zelda games that can, oh my arrow's already equipped. We have to shoot the eyeball, of course, as you can guess. If you've ever played a Zelda game, you can assume that. And it looks like we're gonna have an enemy fighting room. A bunch of Stalfos, of course. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much of a suggestion as far as Stalfos go. If I got the boomerang like a smart person would do, then then those wouldn't be that big of a problem. Boomerang, oh my god, I really need the boomerang. I should have gotten it before this dungeon. But yeah, to feel the Stalfos, you end up here. You have another one of these strange rooms with this weird surrounding. Now these red things, I don't know. I don't think you can kill them. Whenever they hit you, they will... Oh, I knew there was going to be a like here! Yeah, that's what happens, they steal rupees from you. And since that one had like a red rupee on it, that shows that he gets rid of 20 rupees per like second. But once you kill them, you can actually kind of get your rupees back. So that's nice. Yeah, but when these things hit you, they shock you, and they're really annoying. They're some of the most annoying enemies in the game, because you can't kill them. They always get in your way. Later on, you'll find out ways to kind of alter their path to make your life a little bit easier. And again, we have a switch closed off like that, so... yeah, very interesting, very interesting. And then, oh wow, yeah, I think this is the harder way. This room of the two first keys you have to get. Have your bow ready. I probably should have been ready right away. I should start this over. You want to hit all 4. Actually, I think you only need to hit the one on the right. The one up top, I think it just leads to a Kinstone. I'm gonna go for it anyway. But this is the one that we have to go to. I'm really sucking right now. I'm just letting so many things hit me. Okay, get rid of the enemies first. And you see the flashing floor on us, so finally we can actually use this split-off feature. I think we only used it once since we acquired it, and that was to push a block somewhere in the overworld. But what we want to do here is push this out of your way. Actually, push it all the way. And I believe you can just push this out. Well, why would you want to put... Yeah, you want to push that out of the way because you need to you have your links to be horizontal to push this one up. But you can't get them through this because this is in the way. So you need to... I hope I didn't mess this up. Because you need to push that bottom block out of the way. That way you can get a horizontal set of links. This is how you have to be creative and how you use this... Fuck! You use this feature because sometimes you have to be horizontal, sometimes you have to be vertical. Just depending on which way you need to push the blocks. I should probably be making my solid link be the bottom one. Okay, I'm gonna make my solid link as the bottom one. And your solid link will be wherever you end up when you're creating this duo. So this is a lot better doing it this way. There you go. And then now we have to be horizontal. And that way we can push this other one out of the way. See, we had to push that one down their other way so it could fit in here. And then now lead up here we have a thingy we can pull. Pull it. And we go. And now make a key fall down to the very bottom floor. So we can fall down after that, but I do want to see what's in that top door in the previous room. It's probably just, you know, it's probably not important for beating the dungeon, but it's probably a Kinstone or something I'm going to regret not picking up, so I'm going to get it. I mean, it's not going to be that hard to get anyway. Just got to do the same thing you did earlier. I'll get it on the way back here. Oh shit, shoot. You have to be quick with this now. Don't mess around. Oh wow, yeah, the arrow actually is pretty slow. Fuck. Hope that stays open. I guess it will stay open. Yeah, I guess it stays open if you hit both switches. So we're good. Just don't fall a whole bunch. Yeah, this dungeon's when the game starts to get a lot more difficult. This is, in my opinion, this is a pretty hard game actually. A lot of people say this is a quote-unquote pathetically easy game. I don't agree with that. I mean, it is a really short game. I guess that's why people say that. But I think this is actually a pretty tough game. It's just mostly for the puzzle solving. Enemy fighting isn't too bad here. Bosses are okay. Actually, some of the bosses are pretty hard. I mean, overall, I think this is a hard game. It's a short game, yes, but it's also a pretty difficult one. Not as hard as some of the older Zelda games, but still, it's one of the harder modern Zelda games, in my opinion. Anyway, we have to get rid of these two, and something will appear. Ooh, that's probably the compass. So yeah, it wasn't something we had to get, but, you know. I figure it fits my criteria of trying to get as many items as I can. So, glad I did that. Let's see if we can get hearts out of these guys. We can get arrows, that's always nice. No hearts. Yeah. This game isn't too I mean, it's decently generous with its hearts. That's something you're gonna notice when you play different Zelda games. You know, some games are just different as far as how generous they are with hearts. Some of the later 3D ones, like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, are a little bit too generous. But I remember like older games, like A Link to the Past, is really kind of mean with the hearts. They're pretty rare in A Link to the Past, at least from my experiences with The Link to the Past. Heart refills are pretty hard to come by. This game, it's kind of middle of the ground with this game. Okay, so let's just drop down to get the key, and then I'll quickly try to get the next one. We're kind of coming onto a long video here, sorry about that. I want to get these first two keys out of the way in this first video. So, just go up here. The far right room we can't do anything in, so we're not gonna worry about that. And here's more of these stupid things. And just pull this switch. Ow, I hate those things so much. I wish I knew what to do about them. I might look that up, I don't know. I'm trying my best to avoid walkthroughs with this because it's just not fun that way. The only reason why I would use walkthroughs for a let's play like this is just to remind myself to get a certain item. Because there's some upgrades I totally forgot about that I can get in this game. And if I didn't look at the walkthrough to see that they exist, I probably would have missed them. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't use them. I wouldn't use them for solving puzzles and stuff like that. I am not a walkthrough type of guy, I can tell you that right now. I do not use walkthroughs. Even though I just kind of admitted that I did for this Let's Play. But anyway, let's shut up about that. And move on up here. I'm actually getting close to dying, too. But just gotta be careful with these electrical guys. And we have two switches here. We need to have them both down at the same time. So we do have to split off. We can see those panels over there. These skulls will come out and attack you, so watch out for these. A few of them will. And then you have these guys again. These guys do show up in this dungeon. I think this is the only room you actually see these guys, as far as the dungeon's concerned. Let's get rid of them. You do want to pull that switch for a reason, but actually, yeah, because we need to shrink down, and opening that door leads us to a shrinking stone. So you want to make sure you space out your links the correct way. That way they can actually fit on the switches. You want to go the furthest with that. And yeah, that will lead to a shrinking stone. And that way we'll be able to get that other Dark Nut kind of guy out of the way. And then that switch that we'll be pulling, and actually we can go back across and grow up after we're done with this. That switch that we'll be pulling will make a key appear, so that will be our second key. So let's grow. Thankfully they do give us that stone over there to make this a little bit quicker. And just get this guy out of the way. I guess we can technically just pull the switch now, but I don't want to get this guy out of here. He's gonna get on my nerves. Okay, let's pull this and go down and get that key. I'm just gonna jump down after it. I'm not gonna worry about carefully climbing down. So, tally-ho! I think we're gonna land on the second floor, are we? Nope, I think we're gonna go through. Yep, straight through. And we got the second of our two keys. Now we can open both doors in that middle room. I will show you which door is the better one to go through in the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.